Let's go from drunk asses to old asses. Here's Mitch McConnell, being Mitch McConnell.
Okay, here's where we are. The vote is about over. The secretary has to get with the president on the China trip. I'm going to ask Senator Murkowski to wrap up. And thank you all for being here.
Baldwin, Shaheen, and Kennedy. Baldwin, Shaheen, and Kennedy still have questions. Wrap up after.
Let me see what I'm being told here. Yeah, obviously there's not a whole lot of time for a second round, so we'll get through everybody. And Senator Murkowski, I appreciate you taking over.
Thank you. Secretary Hegseth, Chairman Kane, thank you for being here today. Today is the...
This guy doesn't know what he's doing. This guy doesn't know how procedure works anymore. He doesn't realize that there's other senators in the room that still have to go through their questions. But there was a handler, there was a staffer that stepped in, and he was picked up a little bit too much by the microphones. Hey, listen, Mitch, we got 3 more senators left to go. I still don't think he knows what happened. So he slowly meandered out of there. But that was embarrassing, wasn't it? Like, at this point, if nothing else, just for the sake of like your ego, you should be like, I got to stop doing this, bro. I have to stop doing it. And he got an assist on that whole situation from Donald effing Trump. This is what he wrote. In response to what did that happen? Think about what you saw happen and who it is that should be embarrassed. And look who Donald Trump focuses on. The guy that came up to Mitch McConnell today when McConnell thought the hearing was over and started speaking in his ear for Mitch to belatedly introduce some other people, all Democrats, by doing so, made Mitch look foolish and completely out of it. Should be immediately fired. By the way, pause. He's not saying Mitch McConnell should be immediately fired or voted out or whatever the hell you could do to remove an old guy who doesn't know where he is. But he said the guy who helped his old ass out should be fired. Let me continue. He says this is a case where Mitch wasn't confused. He just didn't understand why he was being asked to do something when it was too late and people were wrapping up to leave. Pause again. He says Mitch McConnell wasn't confused, then went on to describe how Mitch McConnell was confused. I guess it's old man logic. He goes, they wanted to go home. His name was Robert Karim. He's a never Trumper and was grandstanding, trying to show how important he was. Karim has tremendous Democrat support, far greater than he should have, and is praised relentlessly by Obama's people. He is probably the reason why Mitch McConnell is stupidly opposed to terminating the filibuster and refuses to help with a 97% issue. The Save America Act. Fire the bum, he says. I can definitely think of 2 people of the 3 that are in this particular part of the situation that should be fired. And one of them probably shouldn't be Robert Karim, who helped Mitch McConnell's old ass out. It's really weird how that works. There was actually another staffer that's done things like this who responded to this. And this is always what I'm always looking for. There has to be somebody who can give us some reality about what is that happened versus what is that Donald Trump is saying. This guy's name is John Aravasis. Who knows? Sorry about that. Here's what he said in response to Trump's post going after this staffer. He says, in fact, Trump with his tweet is showing that he's confused. I was a Senate staffer for 5 years. I worked with a lot of hearings for my boss. The staff's job is to do exactly what that guy did. That Trump doesn't know this is concerning. What Trump is actually saying is the guy should be fired because he reminded McConnell that there were 3 Democratic senators waiting to question the witness. Then again, this entire tweet could have been a result of dementia. Mitch McConnell's staffer was helping him out. He was helping him. And Donald Trump is bitching about it. I have a theory as to why Donald Trump was trying to defend Mitch McConnell, and he said he was making him look stupid.
In the Perinatal Improvement Collaborative hospitals, we have reduced maternal mortality by 41.5%, which is truly incredible. And this is compared with the 5.9% decline in benchmark hospitals over the same period of time.
Maybe because Donald Trump is napping every day in these Oval Office events and these pressers where people are standing behind him and he doesn't give a damn about what they're saying, because he was up till 4 a.m. complaining on Truth Social and posting a bunch of AI videos that are self-aggrandizing and no one really gives a damn about. That's why he's falling asleep constantly. He's like always snoring. And I guess Mitch McConnell, not knowing where he is, spoke to Donald Trump. He goes, you know what? I can relate to that, bro. The only thing is Donald Trump hasn't started falling in public yet. Just for fun, for shits and giggles, because I don't like Mitch McConnell, because Mitch McConnell was a big assist in destroying this country openly and giggly the way he was doing it. This is why he should take his ass home.
Excuse me, Senator. My name is Stella. I want to ask, do you support ICE taking working people off the streets and kidnapping them?
I'm guessing that's a no. Or maybe he's for it. Who knows? He found his ass on the floor. Who gives a damn about Mitch McConnell? I really don't like this guy. The thing is since I don't like him so much, and since Donald Trump is defending him for, again, not knowing what the hell he's doing and he should go home, I'm going to run through the hits because I don't like this guy.
This week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Are you good, Mitch?
Okay, Mitch? Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Let's go back.
Go ahead, John.
I'll take it back. Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
Yo, where's that never Trump or Robert Karim when you need him? Because Mitch McConnell needed somebody as he froze for 15 seconds before someone said, yo, Yertle hasn't been talking in a minute. Maybe he's frozen again. Maybe the guy has no idea where he is, because Mitch McConnell hates this country. Mitch McConnell laughed about his destruction of this country.
the American people should have a say in the court's direction. Our view is this: give the people a voice in filling this vacancy.
The Supreme Court justice is decide next year. What would you do?
We'd fill it.
Let's say somebody were to retire at the end of this year, leading into the summer. You have been very clear, if the president appointed somebody, you would follow through on that nomination.
Absolutely. We definitely would do that. Sean, the most important decision I've made in my entire political career was not to fill the Supreme Court vacancy when Justice Scalia passed away. Barack Obama did 55 circuit judges in 8 years. We've done 50 in 3 years, and we have at least a year left for sure. We're going to do more.
I was shocked that former President Obama left so many vacancies and didn't try to fill those positions.
I'll tell you why. I was in charge of the of what we did the last 2 years of the Obama administration.
I will give you full credit for that. And by the way, take a bow. All right, that was a good line.
Mitch McConnell laughed about how much he was handing Donald Trump as much Supreme Court power as possible and screwing over the reality and normalcies in the way we do these things. You know what? One more, because I like seeing Mitch McConnell go through it.
Senator, you're up for election in 3 short years. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you.
That's okay. What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026?
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
okay.
Somebody get that guy a bed. Maybe just roll him around in it.